Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV with your host Kriti Mishra. And joining us on the broadcast is a very special guest, Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister, Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri. Sir, welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us. India is an oasis of macro stability in otherwise turbulent times. Who would know that better than you, sir, former diplomat, helming such an important ministry? Well, this budget comes at a defining moment of India's economic journey. How do you see it propelling the India growth story further?
Thank you very much, Kritiji. I think you're absolutely right. On the fact that there is global turmoil, there cannot be two opinions. I don't think in my professional life, I was a diplomat for 39 years. I was an international think tanker for 4 years. 9 years I've been part of Modi ji's team. I can't think of any stage in my long professional career when there has been this kind of global turmoil, where, it starts with pirates attacking on the seas off the coast of Somalia, tension in the Red Sea, Israel, Hamas, Ukraine, Russia, Venezuela, Iran, tension points. So there is tension. Where is India? I absolutely agree with you. We are an oasis of calm today. But you are an oasis of calm not just because the Honorable Prime Minister is a very mature global statesman or that our policies are mature. You are also an oasis of calm because your economy during this period from 2014 onwards has gone up from a $2 trillion economy to a $4.3 trillion economy. How many other countries in the world, and I ask you this seriously, can today talk about a 7.4% rate of growth on an annual basis? Our growth figures for the last quarter were 8.2%. Previous quarter was 7.8%. It's not just the IMF which is raising your growth assessment. You just have to go around India. I travel relentlessly. Your airports are full, your trains are full, your aircraft are full. You are today the third largest consumer of energy in the world. You're the fourth largest refiner in the world. You're the fifth largest exporter in the world. This is because of good economic policies. And this budget, I must commend the Honorable Prime Minister, his directions, Nirmala ji and her team. What stands out? In 2014, Kriti ji, our capital expenditure was 2 lakh crores. Last year, when it went up from 2 lakh crores to 11 lakh crores, people like me were wondering, will we be able to absorb 11 lakh crores? Today, you have not only done that, you've raised the capital expenditure outlay to 12.2 lakh crores. For a country like India, but let me look at some of the other fantastic things in the budget. I talk about the energy sector. One of our major concerns is energy transition. One aspect of energy transition is decarbonization. A 20,000 crore outlay, not just for refineries, also for steel, for power, and they can all avail of this. Now the refineries to avail of CCUS, carbon capture and storage, is the easiest because there's ready-made carbon which you can decarbonize on. Now apart from that, there is a provision I saw and I was so impressed. A 20-year tax holiday on, I just read it out to you, it's a very interesting provision. It says, boost to AI, a tax holiday for foreign cloud service providers with data centers in India till 2047, provided they also service Indian customers. Isn't that fantastic? Today, the importance of oil is there because you need to power your, but data is the new oil. That's right. And data, if you are going to encourage foreign investors and give them a tax holiday for 20 years, today you are in 2026, that takes you to the point when you become Viksit Bharat or a developed country. So when I look at all these things, 10,000 crores on biopharma Shakti mission, 10,000 crore on container manufacturing thing, 10,000 crores in MSME growth fund, take it all together. Sometimes we are criticized that there is an election coming, so you've given freebies. Tell me one aspect of this which is not part of a mature productivity raising. So your emphasis is to take it from a $4.3 trillion economy along with the other decisions. The budget alone is not going to be able to, convert it into 5 trillion, but it's a boost in the right direction. It will boost your productivity. It will give benefit. Now, for instance, the 10,000 crores on biopharma. Why is it important from my point of view? I'll tell you for a simple reason. India is sometimes regarded as a pharmacy of the world. You were major suppliers of generics. Also, you're doing research. Now, if that sector gets a boost, right, and it raises more kind of fantastic work being done in Bangalore by my friend Kiran Mazumdar Shaw, by the pharmaceutical sector. I was in Brazil. We were major suppliers there. These are all growth-focused, growth-oriented initiatives. Now, you can be cynical to say for a $4.4 trillion economy, is 20,000 crores enough for CCUS? But it's a beginning.
That's right.
It's a beginning. On the other hand, 12 lakh crores, 12.2 lakh crores on capital expenditure. I mean, I think it's fantastic. So, look, I respect the opposition, okay? They all have a duty to perform, and as a ruling dispensation, we need an opposition. But the fact of the matter is, this budget lends itself to mature, will provide, incentivize in a very impactful way of our transition to the third position and movement from $5 trillion to $10 trillion up to 2047.
Sir, cynicism can continue, but our growth should be inexorable. But before we wrap up this conversation, you're one of the biggest champions of green growth. We saw ethanol blending in petrol. Now it is about CBG, CNG. What does it mean for India's green growth and India's energy security?
I'll give you two examples. Two issues. One I already gave you, the decarbonization 20,000 crores. But there's another very important provision I found. The biogas blending in CBG will be exempt from the taxation. How much will it result in bringing down the cost of CBG? I don't know. CNG, compressed natural gas. So the biogas which goes into that will not be taxed. How much will it bring the price of CNG down? I don't know. I think it will come down. But we'll have to do our sums because there's a calculation issue here. I'm also convinced it will have a price reduction effect on other things on the chain also. So if you just these two examples, plus infrastructure,
yes,
capex. I mean, how can an energy sector grow if capital expenditure is not taking place? Capital expenditure is what will result in infrastructure being built, which will result in roads, highways. Roads, highways, kya use karenge? When people ply on it, will use energy. Similarly, you're transitioning, you've gone to 20% biofuels from 1.4%. Your green hydrogen story is looking better. Through 3 successive tenders, you brought the price of green hydrogen per kilo down. All these are interrelated. So I think once the full details of the budget has been absorbed, take one thing, this is not the budget of a developing country. This is the budget essentially, as I heard one of my colleagues say, of a middle income country. The budget preparation takes months. In few hours you don't absorb all of it. But when you start absorbing and analyzing this, one is the psychological impact. Decarbonization, biogas reduction in the CNG, it's very clear. All these other figures I gave you, 7-speed, high-speed rail growth corridors, 20 national waterways, 10,000 crore biopharma Shakti mission, 10,000 crore container manufacturing, the tier 2, 3, tier 3, 6, these are all visible. But there is also a lot of details which are not visible. For instance, somebody asked me a question on another channel, insulation against global volatility. We have been providing, thanks to the Prime Minister's deep commitment to the Aam Aadmi, we've been providing cylinder gas to Ujjwala beneficiaries as little as 5 rupees a day, to the non-beneficiaries of Ujjwala at 14 rupees a day. Global prices went up. The companies incurred a loss of 39,000 crores. We're giving it back. That's reflected in our figures. Right. But at the end of the day, the consumer is benefiting from this ecosystem which has been designed. Transition is taking place and costs are under control.
Absolutely. On that very positive note, thank you so much for raising those legit points, sir. Thank you so much for talking to Sansad TV.
Thank you.
Thank you.